Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 15, Verse 5. Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna Vacha.
Vanchitoham Maharaja.
Vanchitoham Maharaja.
Harina Bandhurupina.
Harina Bandhurupina.
Yena me apahrutam tejo.
Yena me apahrutam tejo.
Deva Vismapanam Mahat.
Deva Vishmapanam Mahat.
Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna Vacha.
Vanchitoham Maharaja.
Vanchitoham Maharaja.
Harina Bandhurupina.
Harina Bandhurupina.
Yena me apahrutam tejo.
Yena me apahrutam tejo.
Deva Vismapanam Mahat.
Deva Vishmapanam Mahat.
Divya Rupa Revati.
Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna Vacha.
Vanchitoham Maharaja.
Vanchitoham Maharaja.
Harina Bandhurupina.
Harina Bandhurupina.
Yena me aprahtam tejo.
Yena me apahrutam tejo.
Deva Vishmapanam Mahat.
Deva Vismapanam Mahat. Translation and purport by Student Grace Abhay Charana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Synonyms. Arjuna Vacha. Arjuna said.
Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna said.
Vanchita left by him.
Vanchita left by him.
Aham myself.
Aham myself.
Maharaja, O king.
Maharaja, okay.
Aham myself. Oh, sorry. Harina, by the personality of Godhead.
Harina, by the personality of God.
Bandhurupina, as if an intimate friend.
Bandhurupina, as if an intimate friend.
Yena, by whom?
Yena, by whom?
Me, my.
Me, my.
Apahrutam, I have been bereft.
Apahritam, I have been bereft.
Teja, power.
Teja, power.
Deva, the demigods.
Deva, the demigods.
Vishmapanam, astonishing.
Vishmapanam, astonishing.
Mahat, astounding.
Mahat, astounding.
Translation, please repeat after me. Arjuna said, O king.
Arjuna
said, O king.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari.
The Supreme Personality of God Hari.
Who treated me exactly like an intimate friend.
Who treated me exactly like an intimate friend.
Has left me alone.
Has left me alone.
Thus my astounding power.
Thus my astounding power.
Which astonished even the demigods.
Which astonished even the demigods.
Is no longer with me.
Is no longer with me.
Purport.
In the Bhagavad Gita 10.41, the Lord said, anyone specifically powerful and opulent in wealth, strength, beauty, knowledge, and all that is materially desirable is to be considered but a product of an insignificant portion of the complete whole of my energy. No one, therefore, can be independently powerful in any measure without being endowed by the Lord. When the Lord descends on the earth along with his eternal, ever liberated associates, he not only displays the divine energy possessed by himself, but also empowers his associate devotees with the required energy to execute his mission of incarnation. It is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita 4.5 that the Lord and his eternal associates descend on the earth many times, but the Lord remembers all the different roles of incarnations, whereas the associates by his supreme will forget them. Similarly, the Lord takes away with him all his associates when he disappears from the earth. The power and energy which were bestowed upon Arjuna were required for fulfillment of the mission of the Lord, but when his mission was fulfilled, the emergency powers were withdrawn from Arjuna because the outstanding powers of Arjuna, which were astonishing even to the denizens of heaven, were no longer required, and they were not meant for going back home, back to Godhead. If endowment of powers and withdrawal of powers by the Lord are possible, even for a great devotee like Arjuna, or even the demigods in heaven, then what to speak of the ordinary living beings who are but pigs compared to such great souls? The lesson is therefore that no one should be puffed up for his powers borrowed from the Lord. The sane man should rather feel obliged to the Lord for such benefaction and must utilize such power for the service of the Lord. Such power can be withdrawn at any time by the Lord, so the best use of such power and opulence is to engage them in the service of the Lord.
हरि ओं तत्सदो मय्यानतविरान्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमाते जया पताक स्वामिनिति नामिने नमः आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामधाय नगरग्रामतारिणे नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hariharaya Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Nama, Hare Gopal Govinda Ram, Srimad Sudanam. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangun Langai Tegiri Metrupatama Munde Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Meshwaram. Hariam Tatsat. So, Arjuna started speaking now, answering the questions to Maharaja Yudhishthira. So he said that all the astounding power of Arjuna, which bewildered even Lord Shiva and great demigods, all have been bereft of Arjuna. No more with Arjuna. That means Lord Hari, Krishna, he has left me alone, he says. So he is feeling an intense separation from Lord Krishna, very intimate friend of Arjuna. Because yesterday we saw Arjuna and Krishna had a fraternal relationship between each other as a good friend of each other. So to that extent that Krishna even got Arjuna married to his own sister, Krishna's sister Subhadra Devi. So that was their wonderful friendship. And now such a friend is suddenly just left me alone and went. How it would be? It's really, really very intolerable for Arjuna, the separation from Krishna. Prabhupada very beautifully gives in the purport that when Lord comes, he comes with his associates. When he goes back after winding up his mission, he will goes back with associates. So only thing is that the associates and the Lord may not go together all the time. So when he came, at the time, he told all the demigods and so many others to just descend onto the earth so that they can help him in his mission in the past time. And they all came. Yadava, Yadu dynasty, all are, eternal associates of the Lord. They have all descended here and different families at different times for the Lord to manifest his wonderful transcendental pastimes and assisted him in the mission of reducing the burden on the earth. So, and similarly, Arjuna and all very great associates, eternal associates as a friend of Krishna. So they also have come in due course of time, and then they had wonderful pastimes along with Lord Krishna and assisted him in his mission. Now the Lord is winding up. When the Lord goes, now they all will have to go back. So Krishna is preparing and he empowers his associates with all the power that is required for them to assist Krishna in his mission. And as soon as his mission is accomplished, then he will no more empower them. He will take back the power because that's not required to go back home back to Godhead. To go back home back to Godhead, all that you require is bhakti, which is not empowered by Krishna. That has to come from within you. Bhaktya Mamapi Javanati, through devotional service, one will attain Krishna. Then Krishna will utilize the devotee by empowering him, sometime with the skills of bodily strength, sometime with beauty, sometime with knowledge, sometime with so many other things. Okay. So that is to accomplish his mission. Once the mission is accomplished, then the Lord will withdraw all the empowerment except the bhakti. Bhakti will purchase Krishna. Bhakti is not given by Krishna, nor bhakti is taken away by Krishna. Rather, bhakti is attracting Krishna towards devotees. So bhakti is our asset to attract Krishna. Then Krishna will empower and use us in his mission. So this has been going on from time immemorial here. And here is, we are giving live witness. We are saying Arjuna has been taken away, the astounding power which was required only to complete the mission of the Lord. As soon as the Lord has accomplished his mission, he has withdrawn the power that is required to complete the mission. But he left Arjuna in a Vipralamba Bhava. That is love in separation, because love in separation yields more love when love in union happens. So this is the beauty of the Lord. He remains in memory, remembrance of Arjuna, and he has taken away all the power that is required for material establishment of the mission. So this is Bhaktya Mama Vijana. So through Bhakti, now all the power has gone. Now Arjuna is sorry for missing Krishna, not the empowerment. Empowerment, he doesn't care. It is love for Krishna. Yesterday we saw that what all he was remembering with Krishna, how Krishna driven the chariot, how he protected, how he has accepted Arjuna, how he was advising, how he was, walking along and eating together. So many wonderful, wonderful pastimes of Krishna. And he got his sister married to Arjuna. So many wonderful pastimes he was remembering and remembering and remembering. And the more he remembers, the more separation that he feels from Krishna, and the more love becomes manifest. So that is the purport. Bhaktya Mama Bhi Janati. So we'll go to the next verse if time permits. Yes. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 15, verse 6. Yasya kshana viyogena
Yasya shana yogena
loko hi apriyadarshana
loko
Loko
hi
hiya
apriyadarshana
priyadharshana
uktena rahito hi esha
uktena
uktena rahito
rahito
hiyesha
yesha
mritaka prochyate yatha
mritaka
mritaka prochayate
yatha
yasya kshana viyogena
yasya
yasya
chana
shana
viyogena
viyogena
loko hi apriyadarshana
loko
loko hi
hiya
apriyadarshana
priyadharshana
uktena rahito hi esha
yena
uktena rahito
rahito
hiyesha
yesha
mritaka prochyate yatha.
mritaka
mritaka prochayate
yatha
yatha
Krishna Chandrananda Kumar.
yasya shana viyogena
Yasya kshana viyogena
loko hi apriyadarshana
loko
loko
hi
hiya
apriyadarshana
priyadharshana
uktena rahito hiyesha
uktena
uktena
rahito
rahito
hi
yesha
esha
mritaka prochayate yatha
mritaka
mritaka
prochyate
prochyate
yatha.
yatha
Devya Ruparevati.
Yasyashana viyogena
Yasya kshana
Yasyashana viyogena
viyogena
loko loko hi apriyadarshana
loko hi
loko hi apriyadarshana
apriyadarshana
uktena rahito he esha
uktena
uktena
rahito
rahito
hi
hiyesha
esha
mitaka prochayate yatha
mritaka
mritaka prochayate
prochyate
yatha
yatha. Synonyms. Yasya, whose.
Yes,
yasya
Yasyahu
yes,
whose
good.
Kshana, a moment.
shana
a
Kashana,
moment.
moment
Viyogena, by separation.
viyogena by
Yogena
separation
by separation.
Loka, all the universes.
loka all the universes
All the universe.
He certainly.
he
He
certainly
certainly
Apriyadarshana, everything appears unfavorable.
Apriya
apriyadarshana
Darshana.
everything appears
Unfavorable.
unfavorable
Ukthena, by life.
uktena
Uktena
by life
Rahita, being devoid of.
rahita
Rahita
being
being
devoid of
divided out.
He certainly.
he
He
certainly
certainly
Isha, all these bodies.
Isha
isha
all
all these bodies
Mritaka, dead bodies.
mritaka
Mritaka
dead bodies
dead bodies.
Prochyate are designated.
prochayate
Prochete
are designated
Yatha, as it were.
Yatha
as it
as
were
it were.
I have a translation, please repeat after me. I just lost him whose separation for a moment would render all the universes unfavorable and void, like bodies without life.
I
I
have
have
just
just lost him
lost
whose
him
separation
whose
for a moment
separation
would
for
render
a
all the
moment
universes unfavorable
render
and void
all the
like bodies
universes
without life
unfavorable and void like bodies without life.
Purport.
Purport. Factually, for a living being, There is no one dearer than the Lord. The Lord expends himself by innumerable parts and parcels as Swamash and Vibhavanama. Paramatma is the Swamash part of the Lord, whereas the Vibhavanamsha parts are the living beings. As the living being is the important factor in the material body. For without the living being, the material body has no value. Similarly, without Paramatma, the living being has no status quo. Similarly, Brahman or Paramatma has no locus standi without the Supreme Lord Krishna. This is thoroughly explained in the Bhagavad Gita. They are all interlinked with one another or interdependent factors. Thus, in the ultimate issue, the Lord is the Shamam, Bonam, and therefore the vital principle of everything.
Hari Om Tat Sat, very beautiful purport. So Krishna, Arjuna is expressing how he felt the separation from Krishna. Even one moment of separation of Lord Krishna will look like, Sunyaidam Jagat Sarvam, exactly the same term what Lord Chaitanya has said. Yugainam Nimishena Chakshusha Pravryatam Sunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Viraganame. The separation from Govinda for a moment is Jagat Sarvam Sunyam. That is, render all the universes unfavorable and void. Okay, like bodies without life. What is the use of a dead body? When the living entity leaves the body cannot even maintain its form. No feelings, no activities, nothing. It will be decayed. So there is no use of such a body. So like that, without Krishna, the living entities are like dead bodies only. Though so this is a very beautiful verse even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited in his Sikshashtaka that Yuga Yitam Nimishena. Even one moment of separation from Govinda is like 12 years or more, and it renders all the universes void, like body without life. This is a very beautiful analogy. And Arjuna is feeling this, and he is, just narrating what he feels exactly in his realizations. So actually, living beings are part and parcel of Lord Krishna. And Krishna expands in innumerable parts and parcel. He has two types of expansion. One is called Swamsa and another is called Vibhinnamsa. And Swamsa and Vibhinnamsa, there is nothing but the Paramatma is the Swamsa part and Vibhinnamsa is all the living entities as part and parcel of Krishna. So, like the living entity is important factor in the material body, because without the living being, material body has no value. It will be decayed, it will be destroyed, it will be buried or burned. So there is no value for that. Exactly like that. Exactly like that. And Paramatma and Brahman. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabdyate. We say Yadanti Tat Tattvavidas Tattvam Yajnanam Avyayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabdyate. Srimad Bhagavatam says the learned transcendentalists have understood the Supreme Personality of Godhead in three aspects, namely Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So in this, Bhagavan is Lord Sri Krishna. But Brahman and Paramatma is also totally depending on the Supreme Lord Krishna. Just like without soul, without the living entity, body has no value. Without Krishna, this Paramatma and Brahman also has no value, because Krishna is the source of maintaining both Paramatma and Brahman. Similarly, the soul is the source for maintaining the body. So exactly, very beautiful analogy Prabhupada is giving here. and he is quoting Srimad Bhagavad Gita. They are all how they are interlinked with one another, or how they are interdependent factor. The ultimately Krishna is the only independent personality. Everything else, including Brahman, Paramatma, Atmas, all the entities is manifested, universes, creations, everything is depending on Krishna alone. And Krishna is not depending on anything else. That is why we said Ishvara Parama Krishna. Krishna is the supreme Ishvara, and Sachidananda Vigraha. He has a wonderful transcendental body made up of full of blissfulness, full of knowledge, and full of eternity. Very fresh, youthful form that he never forgets anything, because forgetful means ignorance, and he is full of knowledge. How can he is having forgetfulness? And there is no misery because he is full of blissfulness, and is eternal. So Navayabunam cha. So that is Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sad Chid Ananda Vigraha, Another Adi Govinda. There's nobody beyond him, and he is the source for everything. Sarva Karana Karana, the primary cause of all the causes is Lord Krishna. So even for Brahman, Paramatma, all the expanded Narayanas in the Vaikunthas, for everybody, the original source is Krishna. Any incarnation you never ever heard or will ever hear, everything depends on Krishna. Krishna is not incarnation. He is the source of incarnation. He is not avatar. He is the avatari. He is the supreme absolute personality of Godhead. He is the supreme enjoyer, supreme protector, and supreme provider. Yesterday also we saw that Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidatatu Kamaman. So the one supreme personality is fulfilling the necessity of unlimited Vibhinnamsas and Vaswamsas, and everything that exists is fulfilled by only Krishna. So Krishna alone is Asamurdha, alone without a second, and nobody is equal to or above him. So very beautifully Prabhupada has given in this lecture. I mean in his purport. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments or realization, please do share with us. 5, 4, 3.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
Hey Krishna Prabhu.
इसमें दे रहा है, इसी प्रकार ब्रह्म या परमात्मा को भगवान कृष्ण के बिना प्रवेशाधिकार नहीं है, कोई वास्तविक आधार नहीं है। तो फिर भगवान कृष्ण, फिर ब्रह्म या परमात्मा को, तो ब्रह्म और परमात्मा भगवान कृष्ण के स्वरूप के बराबर नहीं है।
हाँ, स्वरूप के बराबर नहीं है। कृष्ण भगवान जैसा सूरज है, सूरज का किरण और सूरज एक बराबर हो सकता है क्या कभी? सूरज से निकला हुआ गर्मी और सूरज दोनों एक साथ हो सकता है क्या? एक बराबर माना जा सकता है क्या?
नहीं।
इसी तरह भगवान और ब्रह्मन और परमात्मा सभी एक बराबर नहीं मान सकते हैं। भगवान का जो शरीर से निकले हुए किरण जो है वो किरण है ब्रह्मन, और परमात्मा जो है वो गर्भोदकशाही विष्णु का एक्सपेंशन, उनका एक्सपेंशन, उनका अंशा, उनका स्वांशा वो है। प्लेनरी पोर्शन बोलते हैं, प्लेनरी पोर्शन और प्लेनरी पोर्शन, वो है परमात्मा। लेकिन भगवान जो है वो कृष्णस्तु भगवान स्वयं, वो स्वयं भगवान है, वो अवतार ही है, वो अवतार नहीं है। तो ये सब उनके बराबर नहीं तुलना किया जा सकता है। आप कृष्णा को विष्णु बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन विष्णु को कृष्ण नहीं बोल सकते। जितना सूरज से निकले हुए सारे किरण सूरज के ऊपर निर्धारित होता है, सूरज नहीं है तो ये किरण नहीं है। इसी तरह ब्रह्मन परमात्मा ये सब कृष्ण से निकले हुए हैं, और कृष्ण नहीं है तो ये सब नहीं है। बिना कृष्ण का इनका कोई आधार नहीं। वैकुंठ नारायण का भी कोई आधार नहीं बिना कृष्ण का। कृष्ण ही सबका आधार।
धन्यवाद प्रभु।
थैंक यू, बहुत ही अच्छा सवाल था। हम उस श्लोक को देखा इससे पहले कि देखेंगे शायद, आप देखिए प्रथम स्कंद में दूसरी अध्याय में 11वां श्लोका मेरे ख्याल से, एग्जैक्टली याद नहीं, में देखेंगे तो उसमें दिया हुआ, उसको आप पढ़िए। श्रीमद् भागवतम 1.2.11 है मेरे ख्याल से, यस 1.2.11। देखो, वदन्ति तत्तत्त्वविदस्तत्त्वं यज्ञानम् अद्वयम् ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवानिति शब्दयते। Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan. तो इस परपोर्ट के अंदर प्रभुपाद जो है बहुत ही कोट्स वगैरह लगा करके अच्छी तरह वो बताते हैं कि किस तरह ब्रह्मा और परमात्मा कृष्ण के ऊपर आधारित हैं और कृष्ण भगवान जो है वो स्वयं इंडिपेंडेंट है, वो इसमें बताते हैं। प्रथम स्कंद में दूसरी अध्याय में 11वां श्लोक आप पढ़िएगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच। 5 4 3 2 1 0। Thank you very much. So tomorrow we will resume. Yes, tomorrow we will resume our Srimad Bhagavatam at 8 o'clock night. Till then, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
जय
पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
जय
गुरु महाराज की जय।
जय
जय
वैष्णव प्रणाम।
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृष्णकृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च
सिन्धुभ्येव च
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
नमः।
जय सद्गुरु महाराज की जय।
जय
जय
वंदे हरि
श्री
हरि।
हरि
हरि हरि
बोल।
बोल।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। हरि 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 हरि।